Hello and welcome. This is a demo of our new Airbnb connection, and we're just going to show you how some of the setup screens work and how the connection works. And so the Airbnb connection between Easy Innkeeping and Airbnb is designed to share your rates and availability. And we're going to go ahead and start and show you what the setup looks like. And so we're going to go ahead and click on our setup menu. And under the setup area, the place that we're going to set up the Airbnb connection is under the OTA section. And from there, you click on OTA connectivity. And here we will be able to select Airbnb. Now, a couple of the items that we would review before we actually do this connection is that we would want to be able to make sure that you have your rates set up exactly the way you want them to be loaded onto Airbnb. And also, if you have any minimum nights restrictions, those should be set up as well before making the connection. And so, as I mentioned at the beginning, we're sharing rates and availability. And so, if you had an Airbnb account prior to making the connection, just note that once this connection is made, any future rates and availability will be managed from Easy Innkeeping. And so, what we are seeing here is the OTA connectivity screen, and what it displays for us is a list of the Airbnb listings. And then for each Airbnb listing, you see that there's a room type name from Easy Innkeeping that is synchronizing with the Airbnb listing. And so this is an overview of your listings. And then you'll see that if needed, there's always an option to edit a listing. And so if you click on edit, you'll see that it'll open up some of those options. And so, for example, if you had mapped the wrong room, or in the future, if you change your room type names, you would come in here and make those changes and then resend the information to Airbnb. And so once all these rooms are linked up with each other, then the next step, very simple, at the bottom of the screen says send rate and availability now. And you'll notice that this always defaults to 1 year from today. And so when you go ahead and click on send rate and availability, and so the times that you would use this send rate and availability option is when you first set up the new connection. And then the other times that you would want to resend this information is if you are either changing your minimum nights restrictions, or if you have made a change in your rates. Your availability in terms of what rooms are available to book, that will be syncing automatically every 2 to 3 minutes. And so once that information is sent over to Airbnb, you'll see this message, rates and availability sent successfully. Okay, now we'll just give you a chance to see what the options look like on the Airbnb side. And so we'll switch over to the Airbnb account. And so let's go ahead and look at our listings there. And let's go and look at the calendar. And so as we look at the calendar in Airbnb, now all of these listings here are being populated from the information we sent from Easy Innkeeping. So you see the room rates, you see some rooms that are already booked, which are showing that they're not available. And the other thing that you will see with this connection is that it is an instant book connection. And so if we switch over to where the listings are, or look at one of the listings, we can see where it shows us that instant book option. Okay, under the menu, do we have there, go to listings. Perfect. Okay, so here you will see that once you do have the Airbnb connection linked with Easy Innkeeping, GraceSoft, it is going to be an instant book connection. And so if you previously had an Airbnb listing and you were approving listings before giving a reservation, that will change with the connection. Because Airbnb, when they provide these connections to software providers like ourselves, their requirement is that it should be an instant book interface. And so when people search, of course, they're getting up to the minute availability and rates. And so as long as you have your policies and everything listed the way you want them in Airbnb, the instant book option should work just fine. And once any booking is made here in the Airbnb system, it will immediately download into your Easy Innkeeping. And that pretty much finishes this demo for today. Thank you for your time.